Okay, I want to make this video because I know it's kind of old, but I just recently saw this Broner versus Ponce de Leon fight, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't watch Adrian Broner because, in my eyes, he's in a division where he's basically the big bully, picking on smaller guys, and unless he's fighting somebody his own size or bigger, I really don't give him credit for the wins that he has. Um, I think that he's getting a lot of hate because of his cockiness and his, resemblance to, or not resemblance, because he fights nothing like Mayweather, but he wants to imitate Mayweather, and because of that, people that hate Mayweather automatically are going to hate him, which is actually not really a bad thing because he's getting a lot of attention, which is basically what he wants. But I'm going to talk about Broner, and the reason why I don't give him credit as of yet. I think he has a lot of potential, but I think he still has a lot to prove to me as a fan of what he can do. I'm going to be straight, completely honest with you. I agreed with, uh, first of all, I never agreed with David Letterman's scoring. Never, never. But I got to admit, I saw the fight pretty much the way Letterman said. I could have seen one of the 10 rounds that was close switching over to Broner, and that in that way ending up a draw. But first of all, 91-99, I think that's one of the scorecards. I mean, that's just freaking stupid. I mean, neither of the two guys won 9 rounds. The reason I don't feel like giving Broner any type of um, props is because, like I said earlier, he's fighting little guys. He's fighting at a division where he's huge. I mean, the same thing that Nonito Donaire is doing, which is fighting at a weight. First of all, he stayed at 118 for so long just because he was so big. I think it was 119 or 120. Nonito Donaire stayed at 118, right? He uh, he was so big, and still at 122, he's still big. Why doesn't he just move up a little, 4 more pounds, and fights at 126, where there's a whole bunch of competition? Because he wants to have the advantage. Ponce de Leon, in my eyes, beat or drawed with Adrian Broner, which proves to me that Adrian Broner still has a long way to go. He better shut up, stop focusing on being flashy, and he better start focusing on going back to training hard and making sure he can perfect his style. Stop trying to imitate somebody else and just perfect your way of fighting. I think he's a good fighter, but same thing with, I think he's a good fighter, but I think he still has a long way to go, and he's getting it in his head that he's some big star when he's not. Same thing happens with Canelo Alvarez. Same thing happens with Nonito Donaire. Same thing happens with Adrian Broner. I mean, just to name the most recognized ones. These people stay at just like this other guy, Brandon Rios. It's another little punk. These guys are fighting at a weight where they have complete advantage. Like, God, man, like, there's not even competition at 130. Like, who is he gonna fight at 130? I mean, maybe one of the other champions or something like that. But honestly, why not just move to 135 and at 135, you can challenge a couple more fighters. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Adrian Broner fought at 140 before. I think he did it in the amateurs. I think I heard something like that, or I don't know if he did it pro or amateur, but I think he fought at 140 and 135. So why would you go back in weight after fighting at 140 and 135? I don't know, man. That's my grief with this whole boxing era, and mainly due to Bob Arum. We saw Richard Abril beat the living shit out of that little bitch. Um, what the hell is his name? Little bitch's name, Brandon Rios. He kicked. Abril kicked, showed him how to box. It was like, hey, Brandon, this is your first time fighting. Let me show you how to fight. That's the type of fight I saw with that guy, and then it got stolen. Then you get this Ponce de Leon versus Broner. Who is Adrian Broner's promoter? Is it Golden Boy? I think it's Golden Boy. Golden Boy has been known to pull their kind of shit as well. But I don't know why these people. I mean, okay, I can see why some people are like excited about Adrian Broner. Some people are like, obviously excited. The Pactards are always going to be excited about anything Filipino because I mean I can understand them. When Tito Trinidad was in his time and doing his thing, the Pactards of that time were Puerto Ricans. That's basically it. Anybody that said anything bad about Tito Trinidad automatically got shut down by the Puerto Ricans. I can understand that, but at least Puerto Ricans understood a little bit of boxing and didn't get all like racist and shit. I mean, these Filipino or Manny Pacquiao fans, as soon as you say, well, I think Manny Pacquiao can lose against Bradley, they get all racist and shit. It's like they don't know how to take criticism. It's pathetic. But, I can understand why people like Broner because, that's the way I felt when Tito Trinidad was coming up and Cotto was coming up. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand why people like Brandon Rios. The Mexican people want to support their fighter. I can understand why people like Nonito Donaire and, Canelo Alvarez because their people support them. I can understand that. What bothers me is that even though I was a fan of Cotto, I understood that Cotto had his flaws, and in him losing, they're all human. They can lose. I mean, Juan Manuel Lopez, was the recent champion from Puerto Rico that lost 2 times against Salido. Even before he lost to Salido, I was telling everybody I knew Juanma Lopez was going to get knocked out because he was relying too much on his punching power and forgetting about his boxing ability. His footwork is freaking horrible. His speed is horrible. I mean, he's slow, but he was dominating the division at 122 because he was so much bigger than other people at 122. As soon as he stepped up to 126, he started looking normal. And then when he started looking normal, his boxing ability was the only thing that would have been able to keep him winning. But because he forgot about it and he only wanted to knock people out, this is what happened. He looked like shit against at least 3 of the last 4 opponents that he fought before even getting knocked out. I mean, including Salido, the 2 fights he fought with Salido, which he looked like shit. The last 2 fights before that, the last 3 fights before that, he looked like shit as well. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to lose the fight against Rafael Marquez, which almost knocked him out. So, I mean, you got to give it to him. He has a strong chin, but to me, you shouldn't even have to, test your chin. You should be able to box people and do it, you know, with some skill. So, I mean, I can see why people are saying that Broner lost. I saw like he lost, or at least at the minimum, he tied with Ponce de Leon. Um, I mean, Ponce de Leon, if you want to talk, for those people that like to use CompuBox, Ponce de Leon even landed one more punch and threw 200 and something more. So that alone tells you he outworked him. But whatever, man. I just wanted to make this video about Broner. Broner has not done anything that impresses me. Until he steps up in competition and fights people his own size, I mean, he has really done nothing. I'm not hating on him because I like him as a fighter. He hasn't done anything to impress me. I mean, he's fought little dudes, just like Donaire. He's fought little dudes. I bet you if Donaire stepped up in weight to 126, either Gamboa or one, hell, maybe even Salido could give him a run for his money and possibly even beat him. Not talking about any of the other fighters at 126, which will probably beat him too. But we don't know because he doesn't step up in competition. He's like, oh, well, I don't want to fight Regandu because he's boring. I mean, if you can beat him, you can knock him out. You can make it an exciting fight by knocking him out. Whatever, man. That's my 2 cents. See you later.